I want to thank you all who have tuned in to learn about the exciting changes coming to the Springfield Masonic community. I am Tony Berardi, President and Administrator here at SMC. This is a very exciting topic for me and one that is so very close to my heart. As some of you may know, the Ohio Masonic Home has been an integral part of the Springfield community ever since the laying of the cornerstone of Bushnell Hall in 1892. We accepted our first residents in 1895. At that time, we were not only a home for the aged, but also the Masonic Children's Home, where over 750 children were raised alongside the residents. If you have been around the Springfield campus for any length of time, or if you've walked through the tunnel, you know that the campus has changed many times over the years. Buildings have been erected, remodeled, repurposed, and some have even been demolished. Many of our buildings are in need of repairs and do not lend themselves well to the modern day needs of our residents. This led us to embark on a mission to create a master plan to make the Springfield Masonic community a more efficient and effective senior living community. So that's the intro to the basis of what we're going to talk about tonight. What exciting changes do we have coming to the Springfield Masonic community? This webinar was set up to just be in an informative series. There will be more webinars and emails and flyers and announcements to come in the future, but we needed a kickoff point to just get everybody familiar with what we're planning, what we've been working on, and what the future holds for this campus that we all love and come to work for every day with big smiles on our faces, or for the residents who live here each and every day. So in this webinar, you will only be hearing my voice. There is no need to worry about the background noise at your home. Everybody on here has been muted. So if you have music playing in the background of the dogs barking or your telephone's ringing, you don't have to worry. It's not going to affect the webinar. You can only hear my voice from here. You can, however, if you want to, you can chat through the chat box. But this truly is an informational series where I just want to get everybody familiar with where we're at, where we're looking to go, and then more detailed announcements and structured meetings and that will be happening as things progress and move forward. Okay, so with that being said, we'll get right into the presentation. All right, an endeavor this important and this large brought us to the decision to find solid strategic partners who can help us evaluate our current conditions, assess our needs, and work hand in hand with us to develop solutions that help us deliver our mission to our residents. We partnered with two very qualified and proven leaders in their field within our industry, JMM Architects out of Columbus, Ohio, and Bailey Senior Development out of Rogers, Minnesota. Both of these companies specialize in senior living communities and have decades of proven successful experience, and both come highly recommended. JMM Architects is going to be our architect of record as we move forward. Bailey Senior Development is working as our consultant, but also as the developer, not only here at Springfield Masonic Community, but also at our other two communities, Browning Masonic Community and the Western Reserve Masonic Community. Western Reserve Masonic Community actually has already started their next phase of development. They broke ground here a couple of weeks ago on some expansions and remodels, and SMC shall be next on that list. In 2020, we started the process of master planning. We started off with the following directives: create, operating, and staffing efficiency. Also, to right-size the mix of units at all levels of care to allow for the services of what we refer to as a continuum of care to transition smoothly and operate efficiently. Identify market demand and find ways to meet it. Create a financially sustainable campus that will allow continued growth and repositioning in the future. Identify and plan the phasing of projects to ensure proper timing and sequencing. So those were our five major tenets as we set on the journey of trying to find what is the identity of the Springfield Masonic community going to be as we grow up. We've been here for well over 100 years, and like I said, we've evolved over time, and we've expanded things, we've downsized things, we've removed parts of the campus, and we're at that point where our buildings, especially some of the older ones, are in need to be remodeled or to be replaced. What I'm going to do is now pull up a presentation. There we go. There's the logo of the 3 companies that we're working with. So what you see here is a map of the campus. If you can see my mouse, you can see that that's the community center. This is the Pathways building. This is Cunningham, Iredell, York Rite, Scottish Rite, Rickley Commons and Burdick Tower, the clubhouse, and then all the villas in the back. You'll notice that skilled nursing is located up here in the Rickley Commons building, and also down here in Pathways. Assisted living is located here in the York Rite building. Okay, can't see your screen, only the logo. All right, hold on. Okay, can somebody message me now and tell me what you're seeing? Unfortunately, I don't know what you guys are seeing. Got it. Okay, good. Now we have a map. Okay, so let's start over. So, this is the map of the campus. I apologize for that. I put it on the screen, but apparently it didn't want to catch up. Down here is Pathways. Over here is Rickley Commons and Burdick Tower. The York Rite building. The Scottish Rite building. Bushnell and Bancroft. The community center. Cunningham, Iredell, and then all the villas down here in the square. So when we first started this endeavor, one of the things that we quickly identified with our strategic partners is how spread out the campus is. But not only how spread out is the campus, but how spread out the service levels are. So if you're familiar with, say, assisted living, the York Rite building right here houses 2 floors of AL, and Cunningham over here houses 3 floors of assisted living. Now, we did try to do a project where we were renovating the Iredell building that sits right here, but unfortunately that building turned out to have far more structural needs than we could afford to repair. So we are looking to, at some point in time, do something different with that building. Skilled nursing is up here in Rickley Commons, also is down here in Pathways. As you can see, there's quite a distance here, and if you could see a topographical map, or if you've been on the campus, you know that this is a very steep hill that is very hard to walk up and down. We do have the tunnel that runs laterally here that connects all these buildings, but when we have staff that are over here in assisted living and need to go to Cunningham, it's not easy and it's not quick, and it also creates a lot of staffing inefficiencies. So what we decided to do is we came up with a phased development plan. Hopefully this is switching on your guys' screen as well. So you should, at this point, see the map again, but now we have some different shaded areas. So what we have decided to do is to look at 3 separate phases. The first level of care that we are looking to make changes to is skilled nursing. The current Pathways building is going to be renovated and repurposed, including an updated skilled memory care and long-term care. We are also going to be adding an addition on the front of it for short-term rehabilitation. This will locate all the skilled nursing in one place. We will no longer have to spread our staffing between 2 buildings that aren't connected except for this very steep hill with a little cart path that comes down the backside. The second phase is repositioning and redevelopment of the assisted living. That's this section up here. So Cunningham is our current AL building, along with Yorkwright. The Iredell building that I spoke of earlier, that we tried to renovate and turn into an assisted living. Now, we did build a new dining room, and that is currently being used by the Cunningham building. But the existing Iredell building will be demolished, and a new building will be built in its place. It will actually connect to Cunningham on all 3 levels, allowing residents and staff to travel freely between the 2 buildings at each level of the floor, at each floor. That sounded weird. There will be new elevators installed right here that will make it a lot easier to travel vertically as well, and also make it a lot easier for getting furniture and belongings in, because those elevators will be a lot bigger than the current one inside Cunningham. The third zone is going to be a kind of central location for independent living. Current independent living offers on campus include all the villas back here in the back, as well as the Scottish Rite apartments right here. Independent living primarily also comes over to the community center to eat. So you can see that things are kind of spread out. The community center's over here, the clubhouse where we have events and things are over here. You have the Scottish Rite apartment building, and then an assisted living connected to it. We are going to be looking to be repurposing some buildings, potentially rebuilding buildings, and coming up with different features over here that will create more of an independent living hub on this side of the campus, kind of anchoring independent living in this zone right here. So, those are the 3 zones. There is other work that we are looking at. So in addition to these 3 strategic zones, we are also going to be looking at other assets on the campus that potentially need updated or maybe even taken out of service. The master plan also looks at removing some poorly positioned buildings and some buildings that are just at the point where if we were to have to go in and renovate them to bring them up to today's standards, it would be less expensive to just demolish them and potentially rebuild them. Other things we are looking at are mechanical systems that have reached or are reaching their useful life. There are more economical ways to create heat and air conditioning that would be more beneficial to the campus. Currently, this building right here is our powerhouse. This is where we generate steam, and we force it through tunnels that come all the way down here and go all the way over to Cunningham. So we have very long tunnels underground that have steam pipes in them that carry steam from the powerhouse all the way out, and that is what gives us both domestic hot water and heat in the majority of these buildings along the way. About 2 years ago, we did start a project, and we did manage to take Cunningham and Iredell off of the steam tunnel. So now the steam tunnel the tunnel is still there, but the steam stops here at Bancroft. We've been able to independently heat and cool Cunningham and Iredell. That will be a plan that we will continue to move down the line, and as we move forward, we are looking to move all the mechanical systems to standalone independent heating and cooling systems at each building. Okay, so with that, the first phase, as I said earlier, is going to be the skilled nursing unit. So there is not a lot of details to be shared about how this is going to happen and how it's going to kind of come to fruition. We are currently working on phasing plans for that, but this is a picture of what we are looking to do down at Pathways. The existing building is this section right here, where these green rooms are, this peach color, and the blue rooms here. This is the existing Pathways building. We are going to be starting with renovations on one half of the building and then moving to renovations on the other half while we build on the new addition. So some things that you need to know about the new addition is, if I scroll back moving a little slow. But if I scroll back up to the previous screen, Wrigley Commons has a building to the back of it called Burdick Tower. In Burdick Tower is the kitchen that feeds the skilled nursing facilities as well as the assisted living facilities. Burdick Tower, basically, its sole purpose is to house that kitchen. We are going to be moving the kitchen down inside this new addition. The new addition will have a state-of-the-art kitchen that will feed all of skilled nursing and still feed the remote dining room over at Iredell and Cunningham and Yorkbright. I'm not sure what's happening right now. My mouse is just continuously spinning and I'm kind of frozen. Are you guys seeing that? Please hold for 1 minute. Okay, I was able to get it back. I'm going to go to this slide. I think there may have just been too much on there to see. Can you guys see the screen now? Okay, I got a much better. There we go. Okay, so again, this is the current building, and then this would be the addition that's going on. That's a little better. So we are going to be putting in a new kitchen right here as part of the addition that adds the 24 rehab beds up top. We're going to be reworking all the site and groundwork around the campus down by Pathways, creating a new drive, adding a porte-cochere to the front entrance of the existing building, and also having a porte-cochere up here on the new rehab addition. We're going to be remodeling the whole interior of Pathways. Currently, when you walk in, you know that there's a little guest desk here, a little living room back here that with a wall in the middle, some offices around there. This is all going to change. We are going to add a ice cream bar / cafe right here. This office will remain an office. This is going to become a small conference room, and this is all going to be opened up through this corridor. The octagonal shape that you see through the rotunda, those are going to be opened up with pillars that will allow you to just kind of walk through to get to the different areas of the building. The living room will have a fireplace over here, and you can also walk straight through. So what is currently the Pathways kitchen is going to be gutted and remodeled and turned into a large activity room where we'll house the activities department. They'll have their own little storage and slop area here, and a large activity room that we can bring residents to for gatherings. These are just some depictions of elevations of what it will look like out at the porte-cochere. This is the right side of the building. So over here, you will see the offices and that's the office and the ice cream parlor. On this side of the building, this will become our long-term care wing. We're going to be renovating everything over here. Currently, these are separated by a whole bunch of inner workings right in this area. There's shower rooms, med rooms, a maze of hallways back here, kitchenettes. Those are all coming out. We're going to renovate this space, opening one half of the building completely so that the residents can travel all around this pod. This is going to be a servery / kitchen right here in the middle that we can cook the food fresh for all the residents and serve it out to the dining spaces that are here. This is a glass wall that goes out to a new patio with outdoor seating. We do have to make some adjustments in the rooms in order to make this connection that goes up to the rehab facility. We are going to be renovating some rooms over here and putting in a doctor's office with exam rooms to make it a lot easier to be seen by not only the primary care physicians, but also any ancillary physicians that will be coming in, podiatry, audiology, things like that. New shower rooms, a new spa room, and each section has a family-style kitchen right here and right here, where families can come in and make snacks. We can do activities with. Residents can participate and help make different snacks that we can all share. And we're also going to be creating new rooms here where the sitting areas are by the fireplaces. That's a little better close-up version of the servery. This is where the food will come in. We'll do preparation and cooking here. Then it goes out to the dining areas. You can see the bathrooms, the showers here. You will also notice that this side of the building, every room will have a shower inside the room. So the rooms are going to be individually heated and cooled, which currently they are not. We are going to be putting VTAC units in the corners. Every resident will be able to adjust the temperature inside their room. There will be a new configuration of furniture and closets with built-ins, and then again a shower in every room. Nurses' stations are located here and here. There are beverage stations here and here, where we'll be able to bring drinks out, and residents will be able to go and get drinks as well. This is the other side of the building. This is where we are going to house the memory care, which is basically what Pathways currently is. So the footprint is very similar. It is not identical. Obviously, we don't have the tie-in for the new addition on this side. But we also have a wall right here. So this wall has a doorway through it, which will make it a lot easier for staff to flow back and forth from pod to pod. Again, the internal workings of the pod are going to be taken out. This is going to be opened up with glass leading out to the enclosed courtyard. On this side of the building, this is a large retaining wall, so this courtyard will remain open and free for both sides of the pods to get out and enjoy the outside. Again, a servery here that will serve and prepare the food fresh for the residents to be distributed on each side. If I go down one more, we'll get that blown up again. On the memory care side, because of the fact that so many people need staff, so much staff help to shower, we are not putting showers in the rooms on this side, but we are putting in the VTAC units. So again, the rooms will be individually heated and cooled. We are putting in a whole new heating system and cooling system for the common areas as well. But the same setup with a new bath and shower and spa here and over here. Staff toilets, again, family style kitchens right here, and nurses' stations are here and here. The new addition coming out front, this is going to be a 24-bed dedicated short-term rehabilitation unit. I'm going to try to scroll down one. Yeah. I'll try to zoom. Bear with me. I think everything's going to kind of slow down on me here. There we go. So there'll be a new covered porte-cochere here. When you come into the new rehab unit, there's going to be a reception desk. This whole section right here is the therapy gym. There will be a new therapy gym, new equipment, complete with private therapy cabanas, in which when we take somebody in for a mat table treatment, this is able to be closed off and there'll be separate rooms. They have storage. We have a mocked kitchen, mocked bathroom, and mocked bedroom. We also have, oh, darn it, This whole area here is going to be developed as an outdoor therapy gym. You can see the new kitchen right here with dry storage and cooler and freezer space, and then all the kitchen equipment here that is needed. And this is an elevator. And you're wondering, why is there an elevator when Pathways is a one-story building? Well, this is going to have a basement. So Pathways is actually built into the side of a hill, and out in this space, there's a significant decrease in elevation of the land. We are going to rework the site, and there's actually going to be a basement under this section of the building, which is going to be our central supply, some dry storage for dietary, the employee break room and lounge, as well as the delivery area for the tractor trailers to come in and deliver goods. As I scroll up, again, when you walk in, you have the reception area here, but we're going to have a cafe right here. And this is the main dining room. The back wall is all glass, allowing a lot of natural light. There's a small seating area here in the lobby beside a conference room, and then there's some office space here. This is a double-sided fireplace that's going to help separate this large room here from the resident areas, which start moving this way. So what we have are 3 sections of 8 rooms, which gives us our 24. So you have a section here with some central functions of clean and soiled utilities, some bathrooms, as well as a laundry room here. All of these rooms, again, are going to be private rooms, private baths with showers. Nurses' station centrally located right here, as well as aid stations here and here, which allow us oversight of these 2 units where the rooms surround these living rooms. A question was asked, how many rooms are in the memory care in each pod? Those will remain 15 rooms per pod. I'm going to come back out. So this you can see is a little better view of how this area is going to be set up with the dining, this cafe, and I have some other cool pictures coming up that you'll see kind of what that looks like this. Oop, went too far. So this vignette is kind of when you walk in, the reception area will be here. You'll see this cafe, the wall of glass in the back, and then the offices over here. This is kind of looking back at the conference room and those offices. And again, obviously these are all we're calling them vignettes. These are just kind of rough sketches to get us started on what it will look like. The cafe with a curved bar right here. Juice machines, coffee machines, and snacks will be available here to the residents. And again, the dining space in the back. This is kind of looking back at the conference room from the other side, like the glass wall would be here. The conference room's here, and here's that double-sided fireplace with the 2 entrances to the halls that go back to the resident area. This is the basement. Like I said, we're going to have a totally sorry. This is not the basement. This is the therapy gym. This is the kitchen, which we looked at earlier. This is kind of a blow-up of the T, where that new addition T's. You can see the soiled utility, a washroom, the dryer, clean utility, janitor's side here, and then there is a spa right here in the middle, and then an aid station here. The nurse's station, which has sight down the hall, and also through the aid station here to this side, as well as the aid station this way, and then a public restroom here in the middle. Now this is the basement. Sorry for that. I'm going to zoom in just a shade. It's not letting me move over. There we go. So this driveway will go out and connect to the loop road. And this is where delivery trucks can come in and drop off here at the loading dock. We have a receiving area. This is the elevator that comes up into the kitchen, janitor closet, a couple of offices, central supply, more dry storage. This is all of our locker rooms for the staff. We're going to have a new employee break room and lounge, which does have doors that go out to a porch. And then the mechanical room right here, this will house all the new HVAC equipment that we need to have inside the building. That's just a really big version of the mechanical room. There are going to be some new rooms put into the corners of the existing Pathways building. This is just one of the potential layouts that we are discussing. If you recognize the shape, if you're familiar with Pathways, this is where the fireplace is and those seating areas in the corners. We are going to leave one row of egress and add a very large room in each one of those sections. It is considerably larger than the existing rooms there. The new rehab rooms will look similar to this, where the bed will be up against one wall. They have a bathroom with a pocket door, again, a walk-in shower with a built-in bench, built-in closets, wheelchair storage that has lockable cabinetry up above it. Again, the VTAC unit for the heating and air conditioning. And then we are maybe looking at putting fridges in there, but this will be a dresser as well as the closet, and then an area for the TVs to be mounted. This is a renovated unit in the long-term care side. Again, the HVAC, the built-ins, closets, the bed and chair. And then the bathroom gets reworked over here where the wheelchair will store just as you walk inside the door. The memory, the little like keepsake doors right outside the door are being kept. We will be adding a shower, a walk-in shower here, again with a sink and a toilet. And then these are the existing units currently on the memory care side. Again, the VTAC units will be installed. We'll be putting in built-in closets, built-in dressers. The bed will go against the wall. The bathroom is not getting the shower installed, but they are getting renovated and updated fixtures. So this is just some elevations of what the facility will look like from the outside. Just some basic, what we call massing drawings, which kind of show you what things look like at certain levels. They're kind of hard to read and understand. But I do have some other pictures here I want to show. I just hope this works. Last time I did this, it did not. So let's see. Did the screen change? No. Okay, let me try something different. How about now? Awesome. So this is a little bit more detailed sketching than those vignettes of the bar area, the cafe bar. Again, a 3D rendering of potentially what the dining area is going to look like. Very high ceilings in this area, utilizing a lot of natural woods and bringing in natural light with all the glass. Okay, now do you guys see a fireplace? Yes, okay. So this area here is the double-sided fireplace. This is what would lead back to the resident rooms. And I think I have two more. This would be what it looks like as you walk in the front door and you peer down through the dining area with the office over here, the reception area built in right here, and this would be the physical therapy room. And I do think I have one last one. So this is looking from what would be the conference room into that same space with the cafe, the reception, and then this hallway right here is what leads down the side of the therapy gym and then goes down to the connector that would connect to the existing Pathways building. Okay, so that is what I have to present and what I have to show everybody. Like I said, we're pretty far along in the design development phase, far enough along that we're very excited to take the opportunity to make the announcement and show everybody kind of what we're planning and what the future holds here at SMC. Again, the first phase of this plan is to start with skilled nursing and then to move to the other stages. We have to start somewhere. We have to pick the spots that are going to give us the biggest bang and the biggest head start on how we can start to reposition the rest of the campus as we move forward. So the skilled nursing unit became the first choice. Assisted living is not going to be very far behind that. We are already designing the new building. I don't have that design far enough along to share, but I can tell you it is going to be just as impressive as this renovation in skilled nursing. And again, this is going to create not only new lasting spaces for us to continue to grow as a community, but also to better serve our residents in a more efficient manner. And these are meeting the more modern needs that residents are coming to us with. Residents are coming to us with needs far, far greater than what we are used to seeing. The medical community is changing quickly, and we have to be adaptable. And in our current setups, we are very limited in the ways that we can adapt, in the ways that we can meet the needs of the residents. So growing and building and repositioning this campus is going to lend us to meet the needs not only now, but the buildings are being built to be completely adaptable for the needs as they change. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. I really appreciate you taking your time out of the evening and coming and seeing what's going on. Like I said at the beginning, this is very near and dear to my heart. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you are as excited as we are to get this adventure started. And like I said, watch your email, because as we move forward, there's going to be much more information coming out, more announcements, more communications, and more things to discuss. So I appreciate you all, and thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email. And thank you, and have a great night.